There's a lot of understandable fear about the possibility of violence occurring on election day, and if it happens, there's growing evidence that neither Donald Trump nor JD Vance is going to do anything other than cheer it on. And here's just a little appetizer of what it might look like. An amuse-bouche of people being terrible to those just trying to make the election happen. So apparently, according to a Reddit post, there was a Redditor who said, went to early vote today. There's a no political merch sign, which is how all polling places work. You can't do advertising for candidates. Woman comes to vote wearing Trump gear. They tell her she can't. She calls one poll worker a D-head and rips her shirt off. She told another poll worker to suck her C-word, and this is why she votes Trump. Now, presumably she was already planning to vote Trump, so I don't think that incident is actually what made her vote Trump. But anyway, that happened, and that's one thing. JD Vance, who wants to be the VP, says, what a patriot in response to that, of the woman who got in the face of poll workers volunteering to make the election happen and told them to suck her C-word. JD Vance, you should understand, is a deeply religious man, a family man, and he loves it when women strip in public and tell people to suck their C-words.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
So anyway, Francesca, we have more on this, but what do you make of it?
I mean, I think he's volunteering. So go forth, JD. This is
not sure he's interested.
Like, this is why you vote for Trump. Like these are the people that the MAGA movement is appealing to. The most psychotic underbelly, the like cousin you lost touch with a million years ago, the person who's like, I think that Wayfair is selling children in cupboards, and now that I'm gonna wait underneath a bridge in Dallas and drink jungle juice from a guy with a parrot on his shoulder to wait for JFK Jr. to come home. Like, that is, what's a pipe bomb here or there? Let's do it. Let's send some anthrax around. Like, that is who the Trump base is relying on. This woman, by the way, this woman will try to vote again. Who among us doesn't think? Woman
There's a chance.
Voting in her bra, voting in her Lane Bryant, her jockey ass bra with her hoops, is not going to vote again. And you'll know it because she's gonna try to wear another shirt, and then she's gonna just look at my titties. I just want you to look at my titties and suck my C-word. Is this where they suck the C-words?
I feel like that shirt was coming off one way or the other. Like, either to vote or after to celebrate voting. I think it was coming off.
Did my screen get cut off? Because it was actually very good.
It's for the best.
She just wants someone to suck her C-word, guys.
I don't think JD Vance is going to do that. He doesn't give off a foreplay vibe to me.
No sabe cómo. Yeah, he does not know how.
Now, look, we decided to focus on the more ridiculous version of messing with poll workers, but we were reminded, I'm trying to find, Steph Mont had reminded us, a Texas man who punched a poll worker in the face repeatedly after she asked him to remove his MAGA hat has been arrested. By the way, do you think either of those individuals would have had a problem if somebody had asked a person to take off their Harris Walls attire? Do you think they would have punched someone in the face because of that? No, they want to get in people's face. It is being a Karen distilled into a lifestyle. That's all it is. And so now we've got the suck your C-word. We've got the punching someone in the face. What'll we have soon? Will we have fires? Will we have bomb threats? Will we have bombs or random shootings? I don't know. Stay tuned. It's super exciting. But I will say that according to the AP and NORC poll, 4 in 10 registered voters say they're extremely or very concerned about violent attempts to overturn the results of the election. A similar share is worried about legal efforts to do so. About 1 in 3 voters say they're extremely or very concerned about attempts by local or state election officials to stop the results from being finalized. And that makes sense because that is definitely going to happen. If Trump wins, maybe that's all that happens. Maybe his followers still do acts of violence. I don't know. Out of excitement or feeling emboldened, I don't know. But if he loses, Best case scenario, it's 3 months of legal challenges to the election. Worst case scenario, I can't conceive of. I don't know. But I think that people are right to be worried, Francesca.
Yeah, my friend and comedian Nato Green said to me, the best case scenario is Harris wins and there's another coup attempt. And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of the best case scenario. Like, because it will happen. If Donald Trump loses, we will see lots of violence. And I think it's really important. And I talked about this on the Bituation Room. I interviewed investigative journalist Greg Palast, who has a wonderful new documentary called Vigilantes Inc. that everyone should check out. As you check your voting status, if you haven't voted yet, saveyourvote.org is where you go and you can watch the documentary, because there's all these self-deputized vigilantes who are challenging other voters' registration. And so you might not know that you've been challenged, but you have been challenged and you can't vote. You show up to vote and you can't. So that is happening en masse. In 2020, they were beginning to roll it out, and tens of thousands of people were prevented from voting. But now they've purged 850,000 people from the voting rolls already across swing states. And so these are people who are like armed, they're crazy, but a lot of them are also doing it from the comfort of their own homes. I feel like they learned a lesson from 2020, and the lesson wasn't don't do a coup. It's do a coup, but do it earlier, do it local, do it at your state election boards. We can stop this from even going to the Capitol to DC. That's what they're trying to do, and they will.
And they don't even need a cover. Like, their base wants it. Their base is not interested in the fiction that the election was stolen, but they don't care. They might get that fiction, but they don't need it. Most of them would be perfectly happy with Trump being like, no, I won. I get it. Mine, I want it. They'd be fine with that. They'd be foot soldiers in that. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.